Hello students, today we will move on to the chapter number 3, that is tax free income. So tax free income means exemption available to various assessees under section 10. So here under section 10 of the Income Tax Act 1961 talks about some of the tax free income. So here an assessee need not pay tax on all the income. He need not pay tax on all the income. There are some income which are tax free or which are exempt. So assessee here he need not pay tax on all the income. There are some income which are given as a exempt or which are tax free. So here assessee need not pay tax on all the income or a income on which no taxes are levied. Exempt income means the income on which no taxes are levied, or it is also known as a tax free income. Tax free means there is no tax on such income is known as tax free income. So here tax free income means the exemption available to various assessee. So this exemption of exemption or tax free is given to various assessees under section 10. So under that first the such tax free incomes are under that first one agricultural income. So as per section 10 subsection 1. So section 10 is about tax free income. Under that first item is agricultural income. So that is about section 10 subsection 1. So this is of agricultural income. Agricultural income means any rent or any revenue earned from a land situated in India which is used for agricultural purposes. Any income, rent or a revenue earned from a land which is situated in India and the land is used for a agricultural purpose is known as a agricultural income. Income from a agricultural land which is situated in India. So on that income there is no tax. So assessee, the one who earn a agricultural income, need not pay tax on the his income. So that is about agricultural income. The detailed explanation is there in the first chapter. The second tax free income or exempt income is share of income of a member from HUF. Share of income of a members from a HUF as per section 10 subsection 2. So here this income is exempt. So this one is exempt or a tax free income because HUF pays the tax on its income. HUF will be paying the tax on this income and thereafter it is distributed among the members. So in order to avoid double taxation it is exempt. So, for example, HUF. So, HUF is earning 5 lakh income. HUF has earned 5 lakh income in the previous year. So, this is a total HUF income and there are members under HUF A, B, C like that. There are members in the HUF. So, they are getting salary income like for example 20,000 per month salary they are receiving. 20,000 per month salary is they are receiving from the HUF. So here share of income of a members from HUF. So here the on 5 lakh income it is exempt because HUF pays tax on its income. So this is a HUF income. HUF income. So on this 5 lakh HUF will be pays the tax. On this 5 lakh income HUF will be paying the tax and thereafter it is distributed among the members. This is a share of profit or a share of, this is a profit, total profit earned by a HUF. So after paying a tax HUF will pay tax first, then after paying the tax the profit is distributed among the members of a HUF. Members of HUF, it is distributed among the members of HUF. So here it is exempt. So this share of income of a member, share of income of a member from HUF, this is the income, share of income from a as a member of from a HUF is exempt. It is exempt because HUF pays tax on this income. So at first HUF pays the tax on this income. Thereafter it is distributed among the members. Thereafter it is distributed among the members. In order to avoid the double taxation, it is exempt. Once it is taxed, this income is once it is taxed, again the Mr. A need not pay tax on this share of income. Remember, share of income is exempt here. So if a individual Mr. A receives salary 20,000 per month, then this 20,000 is taxable. It is an individual income, his income. It is a 20,000 salary is a his income, individual income. This is taxable in the hands of Mr. A. But share of income or a share of profit. This is the total profit earned by a HF. On this profit, if it is shared among the members of a HF, then that share of income is not taxed because it is already taxed. Again, the Mr. A need not pay a tax from the share of income of a members from HF. So, because why it is not taxed? In order to avoid double taxation. If he pay tax, then it will be double taxation. On 5 lakh income, already once the taxes are paid, again a part of 5 lakh means maybe he receives, for example, if five members are there, then the Mr. A receives 1 lakh income. Then on 1 lakh amount he need not pay tax because it is a share of income. So on share of income of a member from HF is not taxed. It is exempt because it is already taxed. In order to avoid double taxation, it is exempt. Understood? So that is about HF. Third one is share of income of partners from firm. So this is similar to the HF. This is in the section 10 2A, subsection 2A. It is section 10 subsection 2A. So this is about share of income of partners from the firm. So here also it is similar, like it is exempt because this income is exempt because the firm pays tax on its income. Firm will be paying the tax on the total income, and thereafter it is distributed among the partners. So in case of firm it is partners, in case of HF it is members. So firstly the firm pays tax on the income, total income. Thereafter it is distributed among the partners in their profit sharing, like on their, based on their sharing ratio, profit sharing ratio. The profit is distributed among the partners. So in order to avoid the double taxation, it is exempt here. In order to avoid the double taxation, because once the firm is paying the tax on the total income, on the total profit, firm will be paying the tax. Again, that profit is that share of income. Income is distributed the partner, the one who receives. Share of income of partner means the partner, one who receives a share of income from the partnership firm, then he need not pay tax to that income because the firm is paying the tax. In order to avoid double taxation, it is exempt. Next, fourth one is leave travel concession or LTC. This is about section 10 subsection 5. So this leave travel concession received by a SSC is exempt from a tax. It is a tax-free income. So here it is usually applicable to government employees, means the government employees will be receiving the leave travel concession here. So it is usually applicable to government employees, and the amount exempt here is the amount actually spent for the purpose of travel. So here the leave travel concession means the benefit or any assistance given to the government employees by the government for a leave travel. So here the amount exempt is amount actually spent for the purpose of travel. So here the value of LTC or assistant received by or due to an employee and an individual. So here value of LTC or assistance is received by a SSC or an individual from his employer, from a government or a former employer for himself. That assistance may be given for himself or for his family, or maybe to his family also, to family also the value assistance LTC will be given. So that is for to proceed on leave to any place in India, that is to proceed on leave to any place in India while in service or after his retirement, or maybe from a termination from the service. So if he receives LTC or assistance from a employer for himself or his family for a leave to for a travel to any place in India while in service or after his retirement or a termination from service, it is exempt. So the amount exempt is actually spent, what amount is spent for this purpose of travel. So this is usually given to the government employee. So here family means, here family means this is the LTC is provided to himself, means the assessee individual, and to his family. So family means spouse and maximum 2 children and dependents. So here maximum 2 children will be taken. So if multiple birth after the first child, that is treated as a one child, means after first child, if it is a twins, then multiple birth, then it is treated as a second child. So the total 3 child, first one and the second and third child is treated as a second child. So 2 children, and for dependents his parents, maybe his parents. So for these people, family means the spouse, children and the dependents here. Next, fifth one is salary of a foreign citizen. So this income is tax free or exempt under section 10 subsection 6. So foreign, any salary or a remuneration of a foreign citizen or a foreign nationals, maybe for a diplomatic mission or staff of a foreign mission, then if they receive salary, then that income is exempt here. The next one is sixth one, foreign allowance and perquisites received by an Indian citizen serving as an employee of the government of India outside India. So here the Indian citizen serving as an employee of a is serving outside India, and he receives allowance and perquisites. Allowance, foreign allowance and perquisites means when he serving outside India, he will be get some benefits like house accommodation benefits or any other car facilities, using car facilities, like any benefits along with the salary. He will get some allowance or a perquisites, means some extra benefits along with his salary he will be receiving, because he has to serve outside India. So that benefit, foreign allowance or perquisites received by that Indian citizen is exempt or a tax free. So if a government employee serving outside India receives salary, it means that salary is accrued in India and it is taxable. Salary is taxable, but foreign allowance or perquisites, it is a benefit in addition to salary is given. So this salary, this benefit received by the Indian citizen who is serving outside India under government, then it is exempt. So next, seventh one is about gratuity, that I will explain in the next class.